have the conversations here in Gospel Manager. So come with Dr. Maxwell Golden Egbe every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. to settle those doubts and give you profound wisdom on how to navigate your path. This is Gospel Manager. Come, let's have the conversation. I'm going to leave the floor for God to give his opening remarks and set the course for this morning's episode. Good morning, Dad, and welcome.
Morning, how are you? Bless you. I would like to share a scripture and it's going to help. Proverbs 3:7. Be not wise in your own eyes. See, when I saw this morning, I was so concerned about nature. He said, be not wise. Go to Message translation. He said, be not wise in your own eyes. So a lot of persons are defining life by their self-definition. They look at that. He said, don't assume that you know it. You know it all. Don't assume that you know it all. Go to Amplify. He said, run to God and run from evil. I like this. He said, run to God. Be not wise in your own eyes. So, please, self-exaltation is self-destructive. Not listening is self-destructive. When you get so assured, it becomes an assuring path to an assuring destruction. So let's pay attention to ourselves. When we become too wise and we don't pay attention to hearing, you say run to God. That means submit yourself. Submission is so powerful that we must engage submission. Run to God. Run to God. Run to God. Live self-assurance. Don't be too carried away about your thoughts that you forget when you are wrong. I take that again. Don't be too carried away by your thoughts that you forget when you are wrong. And when you see men protect what is wrong, check why. The why is an ego issue. You don't protect what is wrong. You submit to what is wrong and accept correction. But people today protect what is wrong because they have ego issues. Those who have ego issues will always protect what is wrong. And Solomon is telling you and I, don't be too mighty in your own eyes. It means give yourself to the submissions of life. And you see yourself being guided as deserved. Thank you.
Now that's a good way to start off from what God said is that those who have ego will always protect what is wrong. When they just the right, they just protect the wrong, and because it is the foundation for their ego. Now, at the service yesterday, God said recent message he emphasized and dwelled on expectations with Matthew 25 verse 1 to 13. A lot of things were said to us on what we should do with the operations of expectations in our lives. Most times we have expectations, but we do not know how to guide it and what to do while we wait for expectations to manifest. Now let's hear God's servant's thought as he expresses further from what we had enjoyed in the previous sermon.
You know, in Psalm 69 from verse 10, the Bible says that the zeal of the Lord has consumed him. I translated that to the expectation of the Lord has consumed him. One of the most powerful ingredients of life is expectation. It's not power. It's not love. It's not money. It's expectation. And the moment you carry expectation and frame it right, you know, the Bible talks about, it said that he will do all things beautiful in his time. It's expectation. So let's deal with what we expect, how we expect, when we expect, who we expect it from. If you can handle this, and that, now let me ask, why do people get disappointed about failures? It's expectation. When I expect so much from you, then I start getting disappointed because you didn't meet up to my word expectations. So we need to govern expectation, detailed expectations, and also review expectations. And let me say this, maybe it will be an outlet. Expectation must come into scrutiny, must come into corrections, must come into rebuke, must come into checks. And when expectation is in that frame, it's bound to end healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, one of the things we had enjoyed when God's servant had a one-on-one talk with a few of us in the city of Lagos was where he talked about what made Jesus' name do so well. Now, if you want to get a lot of that, go to his page on Facebook and Instagram, and you would see the post. Very powerful teaching there. But what we will discuss this morning, which is in line with something that is very remarkable, we see it in ministry, we see it in career, we see it in business, and in every other aspect of life, is a teaching that will be posted sometime today. And he talked about why the virgins were wise and why the 5 other virgins were foolish. That's Matthew 25, verse 1 to 13. Now let's have God's servant expound this, because we have in the committee that we live in, whether in ministry, whether in marriage, whether in relationship, you have some people who are wise and some people who are foolish. Now what makes the foolish? He said to us that your actions make us know if you are wise or if you are foolish. Now let's hear God's servant and expand on this to benefit us in the various spheres of our lives.
There are 3 verses of scriptures, maybe 4, that I've taken my time to deal with as I prepare to teach the children. It's Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child If you go down to verse 15, it said, the rod of correction will put the child in order. If you go up to Proverbs 20:11, he said, how do I know the ways of a child? He said, by his doings. He now go back, Isaiah 11 from verse 6, talks about a child would lead them. The wolves, the leopard, the lion, a child. A child. So your actions are proofs of what you know. And your actions are proofs of your description. The way you are described is how you act. You cannot go away from your actions. Your actions are the descriptions of truly what you are in the inside. And that's why sometimes I don't take certain people serious because of the way they act and behave. They don't behave assuring, they don't behave trusted, they don't behave. So those 10 fellows in the Bible, Jesus is trying to tell you and I, his life is a race. This life is a race. But understanding how to run it is what makes you different. So, if you are wise, you will run it well and end well. If you're foolish, you will also try to run it and don't end well. So please, we are defined by the things we do. So check what you do and always check what you do. And spend more time checking what you do, than what people say about you. You know, I've learned a lot about myself. Spend more time checking what you do, how you behave, how you act, than what people say about you. Because the sayings are products of your actions. Yes. So if I pay attention to my actions, I bother less about the sayings. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we'll get into today's questions as sent via the various sending channels. And we'll take the first one on ministry, and this is from Samuel. He says, good morning, Pastor. Good evening, Pastor. It was sent at night. My name is Samuel from Benue State. Sir, I have served faithfully in church for years, but sometimes I secretly battle discouragement because the same people I sacrifice for misunderstand me, ignore me, or only remember me when they need help. How does a person continue serving God sincerely without becoming emotionally tired and bitter? Because honestly, sometimes someone sent me a link of your live stream where you also hampered on it. But I don't know about people up there, but here in Benue, you have to survive and tend for yourself. So when you have to see that you have to sacrifice the little you have for others and don't get back, this is very discouraging. Sir, what do you think one should do? Should I just ignore people and focus on myself? Or should I just have to accommodate people and get to deal with the consequences thereafter?
Life is like manhood. You know, if you study manhood properly, life is like manhood. The man goes through a lot of pain, but he still has to carry out his responsibilities. But if he doesn't carry out, his family will not feed. He has to do his job. I had a cut somewhere on my foot, and I was saying that I hope I can wear shoe to preach. I wasn't considering myself. I was considering my work. And I used that foot yesterday. That's what life is. Life is like manhood. So if you don't want to accept the responsibility that comes with it, then allow people define how you live your life, because they will define it. And the bad part of it is that when you do much and receive less, it's very troubling. Very troubling. Very, very troubling. No, it's expected that the person who is paying those prices should be cared for. But it's always the opposite of life. Sometimes the person is not cared for. So what you need to do for yourself is simple. Live for purpose. When you live first for purpose, you have solved the whole crisis of human attitude. The moment you live for purpose, that attitude of man is being solved. That's why I said earlier, can I still use my foot to preach? Because I will not wear slippers to preach. Never. I used it. Because live for purpose, not for anything. The moment you start living for purpose, it solves the betrayal, it solves the lack of care, it solves everything about life. And that will give you the motivation to keep going on. Appraisal is only man's opinion. You appraise yourself if you're doing well. It's man's opinion. Somebody tells you are okay, you're doing well. It's the man how he thinks about it. Do you know what you are doing? If you know what you're doing, stay focused, stay sincere, and just keep staying faithful. God rewards faithfulness, not appreciation. It does not reward, it rewards faithfulness, not appreciation. So stay faithful, keep doing it. The light of your future will come and meet you there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, the second question also, still on ministry. This one says, Pastor, my name is Esther from Port Harcourt. My husband says ministry has taken me away from family responsibilities. Why I feel he does not understand the burden God placed in my life. So, how can couples support each other spiritually without ministry becoming a source of conflict in their marriage?
Nothing has to be a problem in a man's life. You see, understanding is so powerful that everybody needs. I've always said that when anything becomes a problem, what you lack is understanding. When you are told about a thing, the thing created a problem the first time. Don't allow it to repeat the second time. Because just understand it. Why did I have this issue? You know, watch me. Sometimes we blame the problem. We don't check why the problem came. You know, that's what we do. We blame the problem. If you didn't talk to me like that, I wouldn't have reacted. But why is even that kind of conversation in your marriage for the first place? Who invited that kind of attitude to your home? Why are you even thinking and talking like that? That should be the question.
Yes.
That should be the question you should be asking. Why are we having this kind of conversation in this marriage? What led us to this place? Why is my husband always angry? Why is my wife always like this? When did ministry now become a problem? And how did marriage now become a problem to ministry? Marriage that ministry gave you. Ministry gave you a wife. Ministry is the wife. God said, thou shalt find a woman,
Yes.
a man. Is it not God that gave you marriage?
Yes.
So ministry gave you marriage. How is now ministry the problem of your marriage? You know, it behooves me when I hear people say, church is giving their marriage a problem. Ministry gave you marriage. I told somebody in Lagos, I said, when the person is not going to church. So I asked the person, you're not going to church? He said, why? No reason. I said, when you were born, they took you to church. When your mother was pregnant, they blessed her. You were born to go to church. So you grew in church. Now, going to church is not to worship. It's not to serve. Going to church is recognizing that there's a God who created me. And it's a form of respect to God. So coming to church is not for church. It's respect to the one who owns your life. And that's why you cannot stay out of church. You can't do virtual church. Because you don't bat children visually. You don't do that. It's not possible. So when I hear people bring church into their marriage, I just ask, it's simple. Do you really understand what created marriage? It's church that created marriage. So what we lack in any given crisis is understanding. Why is ministry now a problem in my home? Simple. I'm not doing the things I have to do. That is why it's like this. Because if I do what I have to do, ministry will not be a problem. Because you are not doing the things you have to do. You know, watch me. You know, there are things I've discovered that you can provide in a marriage that even a bad man will look good before you. A bad woman will look decent. Because you see, life is simple. We make things too difficult for ourselves. Life is so simple. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, life is so simple to live. Just study people. Finish. Study humans around you. Study your wife. Study your husband. Finish. And you will live a peaceful life. So whatever crack is about playing that thing is simple. There are times that marriage needs this. It's not been given. Church needs this. It's not been given. So we interfere with both. And remember, recognize that it is not marriage that created church. It is church that created marriage. So you must understand the honor that comes with church and the honor that comes with marriage. Then bring both together. Who is the superior? Church. Who is to submit is marriage. So how do we submit? We build delegations around it. And then, my dear, there's no way a man who knows you have a calling for ministry won't dive headlong to see you prosper in it. And there's no way woman. And I wonder why people are fighting ministry. Because they don't know the importance of honoring ministry and the blessings that comes with it to their homes. Every struggled pastor, watch me, has a wife who does not believe in that ministry. Any pastor who is struggling, check the wife. She does not. She's there, but she's not there. Any woman who is a pastor who is struggling means check the husband. He's there, but he's not there. So the struggle is because except the two agree, they can work together. That thing is not a confessional. You must agree with me for things to prosper. Just agree. So that's where we are. People don't agree. They are just doing things by force. Because there is no reason why ministry will be a problem in anybody's home. Because it's ministry that teaches you how to live peacefully in marriage. Why would that not be a problem in your home if you're not wise? Your problem is that you're not wise. If you're wise, you should be the best gift in marriage. People are enduring marriage, fighting, blaming church, blaming that, immature presentations of marriage. Divorce rates are high because we don't know who to honor and how. You know, the word, I'm sorry, I apologize. You know, when you show strength in the place of mercy, you are weak. I repeat again. Somebody is showing strength in the place of mercy. No. Show mercy in the place of mercy. Show mercy in the place of mercy. When you need mercy, seek for mercy. You need love, seek for it. Seek for things you need in your marriage. Go after it. You want peace, seek for peace. When you do that, the ministry will be effective. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, this next question is very important because many Christians actually struggle around this in a way or two. So I'm glad it was sent by Brother Paul. He says, "Good evening, sir. My name is Paul from Port Harcourt. Sir, I have served God faithfully for years. I'm always in church, always available for kingdom work. But sometimes when service closes and I enter the boss home with an empty account and unpaid bills, I quietly ask myself if God truly sees my sacrifices. Pastor, how does a believer remain spiritually strong and when life physically looks like failure and when you are beginning to doubt your time in service and your sacrifices to God?"
It's not that practices that blesses. It's purpose that blesses. Do you know where you're going to? If I take a plane from here to Amsterdam, I will make a stop by in Cyprus. Am I if I stop in Cyprus, is that my destination? No. When you are doing a thing, the trials of those things are signs that you must mature yourself to triumph above. So the struggle of your profession is not supposed to be, it's supposed to be your lesson, not your distraction. So when the trials becomes your distraction, then you're not fit to succeed in that profession. Rather, take the lessons of the trials and look at where you're going to and fight to get there. Have I been discouraged several times? Have I felt what next several times? What gives me hope? There's something I see ahead of me. So that's the answer to that kind of a situation. And then you just see life surging to you and you just keep going on. I talked about yesterday, stop admiring people who are in the same field, but they don't have the same calling with you. Stay focused on what you have and build the best out of it. But the future will always come to pass if you see what others don't see. What Stephen saw was God sitting in heaven. The others there didn't see it. When God came to Saul, he made him blind. Sight is important. The moment he opened his sight, he gave him a calling. Are you seeing where you are really going to? Or you're living by the emotions of your today's life? What is, I don't have to eat? Food you can be fed by anybody. But in 20 years, will it be relevant on the earth? That's the question you should always ask yourself. I think that will help.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, this one is on marriage. And she says, "Good morning, Pastor. My name is Chioma from Asaba. My husband and I had a very severe issue that almost led to our divorce. Thank God for our pastor and some family members who intervened. However, we reconciled. But now we no longer fight like before, but we no longer laugh either with each other. We just wake up in the morning, solve bills, take care of the children, and sleep as though we are strangers, even though nobody has a grief or two with each other. So my question would be, how can we actually rekindle the love that we once shared, since now we are beginning to be cold to each other? Now, don't get me wrong, we have conversations, but we both know that fire is no longer there. So what can we do, sir, to salvage this marriage?"
You see, one of the most strangest thing about life is when you love people and you don't know how to go to them. You know, somebody says he's your partner and you quarrel and then you have reconciled. You don't know how to go back to them. Why? Why can't you go back to the person you love and play and be yourself? There's so much of fake relationships everywhere. Some people are married, they don't love themselves. Fakeness. People are not genuinely in love with themselves, with people. Because no matter the strife and they've reconciled, one of the person there should just start playing. One of them. Even using the thing that happened to crack joke. But now, wow, that day in the house there, when we were quarreling, I knew that you wanted to talk to me, but me too, I boned. Laugh. You know, there are little things that can make us laugh, but you know, we live in a very bad center. You want to justify why you must not do that. Or you are somebody might say, if I do now, you will feel I'm weak. You understand? And I keep asking, weak to who? Weak to a man you live all your life with. Or to whom I live all your life. Weak to who? Of course, let him see your weakness. You should be weak to one person, at least one person in your life. Show weakness. Cry to one person. One person. Kneel down. Beg. If you don't leave me, I go die. If you don't come, I go die. Show it. As ordinary as that action is, it's your ticket for peace, which we are playing with. That as ordinary as that thing is, it is the game changer of marriages. Now we are playing all these 7 steps to peace, 7 steps to this. As ordinary as that thing is peace, is the peace for marriage. 7 steps to this. You have to dress the bed. You have to put candle. You have to put light. You have to do it. See, if you don't even know how to cook food as a woman, you don't know how to do anything as a man. You just know how to reconcile with errors when you make it in your marriage. You live long in marriage. You just come back. People will strive. You strive for 1 month. Fight, real fight. Punch yourself. Then when you reconcile, you say, well, when that day you punch me. The blow enter. But I almost killed you that day, but I forgive you. You laugh. You see that thing? But those who sit in their houses, very spiritual. And they're speaking in tongues, in process, moving up and down. They don't say anything. Those are demons. White demons. Because why can't you reconcile and play with somebody you love? Why? Sometimes I am shocked when I see things happen. Why? What's the problem? You're protecting ego. Ego of what? What ego are you protecting? What self-ego are you protecting? There's a place to cry. There's a place to laugh. There's a room you enter. You lose yourself to the person. You don't care who you are. You are like a baby to the person. That's your marriage. And a lot of people today, they are fighting warfare within a circle of a room. Real battle. Real battle. So you see that thing is simple. They are still judging themselves in the heart. Though they've spoken to themselves, they are okay now. But one is saying, I won't agree. Never. 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 I won't agree. Never. So please, marriage is a beautiful thing. Free yourself from the boundaries. You build boundaries for people outside. You don't build boundaries in your home. Be free, laugh, joke, crack. Even use the errors you made. I say, baby, that day, have you ever discussed your error? I goofed too. I didn't do well. Don't see that day I cook soup. There's too much pepper. But when we are talking, I say the soup is sweet. You see, you have brought back an error as a joke and laugh about it. You see, that will give you a lot of life in your marriage. So it's simple. Why not the man just go and take his 2 hands, his 2 legs, and put on his wife's neck and leave it there and say, this is how I want to sleep. Let her react. You can do some funny things around you. But they will not come to church and wear uniform. And they are dying in their marriage. They are dying in their homes. So you see them, they come to church, they will carry food flags. I want to serve my husband food. He's my Lord. They watch me. There's a comedy I watched. I almost burst into tears. The woman was accusing another person that the man is the Lord of his life. Everything. That the husband does not enter kitchen. The husband does not cook. The husband does not do anything. Why the guy was chasing another girl somewhere. The house that she went to abuse the girl is the house the man went to buy ogu leaf, pepper, salt, to come and cook for the young girl. The thing he does not do for her. She was there bragging. Her king entered with bag and ogu to cook food. So I sat there and said, what's the difference? The difference is simple. One knows how to influence the man to do what he can do. The other one doesn't know what to do. That's how life is. What you call wicked is your opinion. It's some other person's treasure. I end my story.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, this one is a bit interesting, and it's from an anonymous source. He says, good morning, Bishop. Sir, I am actually dying in silence because there's this girl I really like in my place of work. I have tried to approach, but she gives me these vibes that I am not her class. She jokingly shows it, but I take it serious because I know of the truth. I'm not her class. So sometimes it kills me to see when we come to events organized by the office and she is rolling with some other persons, especially my heart broke when she came in with somebody, as the office said, come with your friends and family for that get together. Sir, in my case, what do you think I could do to win the heart of this lady? Because I am madly in love with her and I don't necessarily know how to approach. But then, why is life so bad that some people you love don't have your time?
I don't understand.
you say, you say some people you love don't have your time, and the people they also love don't even have their time. How can how can this be reconciled?
Life is not bad, though. You are the one that is bad. Life has not done you anything wrong. The girl does not love you. The girl does not see you. Then see some other person. Just see some other person. You know, some people say, I will beg until she agrees. And the person is not seeing you. There's no need bothering you. Look up, the theory is simple. Class. Class is important. So, it's not high-mindedness, not class. What is your class? I'm not talking about monies or finance or house or car. Do you have a class as a young boy? Class. You see, class is important, not money yet. Do you have a class? When you have class, no, I say no woman will reject you. Class. What young men do have today is class. Class. When I look at young men today, I feel for them because they don't know what to do to themselves. Class? Nah. When you have class, you fit into conversations. People talk, you talk. They express, you express. Fit into conversations. A woman will fall in love with you. So what he needs to do is to upgrade his class. Not money, not car, just upgrade your culture. How you walk, how you sit, how you eat, how you make conversation. These are very important things. You know, you can make yourself attractive without talking. So make yourself attractive as a young guy. Look decent, look neat. Clean all the time. Clean, never look dirty. Too many young men are dirty. Clean, look clean. Shave properly. Don't go and carry an overheated base that has no financial backup. Are you following what I'm saying? Look decent, look neat. If you're walking, walk with purpose. A lady will see a future in you without monies. I am telling you. Do you know how many ladies wanted to marry me in my 90s? When I was 19. They tell me, I just... Let me ask you, will a woman, if I was a young man, will a woman refuse to marry me? You were there now. Carry yourself with culture and style. They are seeing you are doing a gala, walking. A gala. A woman is passing, you are standing. Wait now. No. Do as if you're not seeing them. Ignore these girls. Focus with your life. Every time you want to go and perch, what are you perching for? All this is for what? That's why the girl has brought another man there now. It's simple. She has shown the class. So it's simple. Every man has an attractive cloud around him. Just conduct your environment. And women will, you know, if we have conversations and I talk well, wouldn't you like to talk to me again? The girl needs advice, you advise her. She needs control, you control her. She needs correction, you correct her. She sees that your demeanor is perfect. And if I marry this one, you will help my life tomorrow. Because love is not teaching. Control is what teaches. So when a woman sees control, she will come after it. I'm not saying oppression, no. Conduct will come after it. So the young man, if the girl is not seeing you, upgrade your class. If your class does not work, then change your love life. Try some other place. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. The reason why I'm laughing is because of a question that just came, and this one This one says, "Daddy, daddy, a lady will see her future in you without money." He says, "Daddy, not these girls of these days." And then he now went further to say, "I do appreciate your thoughts this morning, but daddy, what if there is no girl that you like but that particular person? I take you from when you said give yourself class. Now, what if your class is not enough to win her attraction?"
There is no girl that is every lady you see in this life will be attracted to decency. Any lady in this life will be attracted to decency. Even the one that says she likes a bad boy is attracted to decency. No lady. So the thing is you develop your culture towards it. There's no lady that won't be attracted to it. No lady. And please, this idea of saying that women after money, no. Women endure more than men. A woman can decide to live a life without money with you. It's what you present that make them come to you, not money. Leave all the ones we say. They just show things that, we show things are not necessary. Things are not necessary that we would like to learn from. But I'm talking about a true woman, a lady who understands her life and her future, will do anything to make sure she's peaceful. Money is the last thing in our life. Money will come when you know what you are doing. If you got it premature, you will lose it premature because it came at the wrong time into your life. So let's understand that no woman hates decency. And not every woman is interested. And don't use the word this age. There are decent girls. I met a girl in Lagos who works for herself. She has money. She's not looking for money. That's what I'm saying. She has money on her own. She has worked for herself. There's not money. Some people have worked for themselves and just want to have peace in marriage. So let's stop feeling that girls of these days are money-minded girls. Those who are living like that in the space of 10 are only 2 or 3. Those ones are the ones who have no guidance at home. If you have proper guidance at home, you won't be bothering a man for money. But you see on how to aid the man you're going out with. By letting him know that he can depend on you when he doesn't have. So let's change that. If you tell me that these girls are always trying to do quick, they want fast food life, I will understand that. When it has to do with proper raising of a destiny, it takes a lot. And money is the last thing in that kind of life.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, this question came with explanations, but I'm going to summarize it because they are in two forms. And what I believe the person is trying to assert is there are some ladies that like to be pursued to show your seriousness with them before they give you attention. So he's saying if you are with such kind of lady, is it advisable to keep pursuing until you get them?
There are things I can't explain. Everybody with their decisions of life. But I want to say that what are they pursuing you for? Build conversations. You don't want, I don't want. I don't see you attractive. And end it. I see you attractive. Let's build something. Learn, as a lady, learn not to keep people hanging. You think you have revenues, so you just have 3-4 persons talking to you and you are playing with all of them. Mr. Recharge card, Mr. Phone, Mr. Transport. No. If the person comes to your life, are you attracted to the person? If yes, okay, I'm attracted to you. Let's see how this will go. And then it's only one person in your life. If you're not, please, I cannot. Are you a Christian? No. You don't go to church? No. I don't have any business just talking as you're a Christian. You end the conversation there. He's not telling you want to sleep with you from the first time he met you. This statement now, you just said, I'm off in it. Let's talk about things that are more profiting. Oh, what is that? So you understand the kind of person you want in your life, so you don't keep anybody hanging. It's either yes or no. So this idea of people feel they have to be pursued, you're not a dog. It's dogs that will pursue. And they run and come out, we keep pursuing them. You're not a dog. Why are you pursuing like that? You're a human being that needs conversation. Talk to the person, know the person. Can I cope with this kind of human being? I I will not. So let's give it a try. I cannot. It ends there. You can still greet after that conversation. But saying that somebody is pursuing you, he buys you a car, he gives you a charge card, he buys food, he says, I'm still thinking. You are just a thief. There's no other thing like you're just a thief. You're just a fraudster. That's all. There's no other thing you're telling me. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would want to ask you this question. Someone asked me before I take the last two questions. I'll just take all three so that we can move over to the next section of questions. Now, the question someone asked me is, if you are dating someone and at the course of dating that person, other people are also coming to you, but you just knock them off because your commitment is with somebody, and then you see something in that person that turns you off. You had discussed it, but the person is still struggling in trying to correct that. Now, the person asked me, will it be right to end it since the person has refused to change, or you just stay with it and see if he will eventually change? Now, these other people had asked the question. One from a lady, she says that if you see a guy you like and you give the signs, will it be wrong to just set the euphoria to make him make those passes at you, even though you just love him? And then she was asking, what if the person is not paying attention to the chances you are creating? Are there measures that you can, because you see that this person is someone you really want to be with?
You see, man is very complicated. And let's be careful, particularly ladies. Let's be very careful when we are about to start a relationship and how we start it. It's a very sensitive thing. So, for example, if you're in a relationship, the first question, you're in a relationship and the person has a bad habit. See, I've always advised that if somebody close to you tells you about a thing consistently, observe it. This is my opinion. I'm not building a standard, though, so don't worry. Go and say it's my opinion. If somebody is talking to you all the time, this habit, I don't like it. Check it. Check it. Don't be judgmental. Don't justify yourself. Check it. Because checking does not destroy. It gives you access to learn. But the problem is people are not checking when the closest person in their lives corrects them. They say, don't judge me, you're judging me. What do you mean by that? So who will judge you? The best person to judge you is the person closest to you. Everybody around you criticizes you, condemns you. The person who sees you is the person to judge you. So when the person tells you something that feels you have to change, why are you not looking at that situation? Because if you're not looking at it and trying to, that means I am scared of my future with you. Because this will always be the problem. The problem is already a problem. It's already there. It will progress. There's nothing like small lie. Lie is a lie. So if the lie was there when you are dating, it will be a bigger lie when you get married. To accept to change it. If the person say he cannot change or she cannot change, then you have to rethink your decision now. And alternatives will not be the reason for that decision.
Yeah.
Take it because in the future you won't have peace, not because of alternatives. That I will not accept. But take it because you studied it and noticed that you can't cope with a man or a woman who does not want to change certain things you feel will hurt the marriage in the future. We need to really take our time. And for access into a relationship, before you get to date anybody, be sure of what you are getting into. Involve yourself, involve people who are superior in your life, particularly somebody who can aid to make correction. First, before accepting to go to that, not marriage, to date that person. Make sure somebody who is superior is involved in that relationship. Because how you enter a relationship is how you stay in there. So all these hide and seek people do, I feel for them. Because today's world, don't do hide and seek. Don't do it. You love me, Abi. And the woman say he loves a man. And for a girl, when you want to date somebody you love, there are many ways to act, but don't act and make yourself cheap to the person. Because the person is a male figure who you see as somebody you want to stay with. So play yourself maturely towards it. If it's destiny, it will play itself. But don't allow yourself to a level where the young man, when you see the young man, you show weakness. When you're not going out, when you're going out, you can show your weaknesses. You can show you love him. You know, there are things you can express as you progress. But when you want to start, don't show them. If he comes around you, don't feel weak, as if you're collapsing. What for? You talk, you're making mistakes. Those are signs that you're out of control. You show the signs. If they say they want to do something, you want to go and do it for him fast. Don't do that again. Try to maintain your boundaries, even when you're truly in love with a young boy in the system, in love, whether in school. Keep your boundaries. And the day it comes to you, still keep your boundaries and have conversations properly. Because expressions, when you are into it, will be freedom, like liberty. So as a woman, be careful. Because some young men are like dwarfs. They don't have brains. They will take advantage of you. They will start talking to you anyhow. They will start making you feel as if what you did, the approach you made before you start going out with them was wrong. So you have to be careful. You have to be very, very careful while you approach yourself as a lady. And that's why you must, but when you have gotten into the team, be free. Express yourself as much as you can. Into marriage. Be free. Talk about things, share about things, but make sure you are careful in your entrance. Then start developing a system to marry. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This again is from an anonymous source, and it says that please, we have a friend. This boy has more female friends around his life. Every time we are always seeing married ladies and single ladies around him. And he keep on saying he has nothing to do with them, that they are just friends or having business conversations. But my concern is that the ladies around him is too much, even on Sunday in church. Daddy, please, what is the best advice to give to this, my friend? He is decent, but I just don't want him to get into crisis, because most times, even married ladies call him at the middle of the night. Sometimes listening to their conversation, it is too friendly, but sometimes it is advice, but something it is advice and business. So what can I tell this friend? And he is very selective with picking and making friends with them. Like which advice can I give to him?
He has capacity, man. He has capacity. Definition is important. If he's not into any shady thing and it's for business, no problem. But if he's going to give him a problem, he should define it. Definition is important. And the only advice that I would give to his friend is that you should always let him know that too much of everything is bad, and he should try to curtail anything that runs him into crisis. And don't enjoy what hurts, because it will surely hurt you. So try to build your boundaries, no matter how good you are. So let him teach him about the power of boundaries, and let him see how he can build it. As long as it's not doing something evil, but he should still build the power of boundaries around his life, and make sure all of these ladies that he's dealing with is purely business. It's not seeing something personal that will get him into crisis. And then he should be honest enough to accept corrections in case some other person who loves him wants to talk to him about it. Because standard is the greatest structure a man must have.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, this one, I'll take these last two questions because they are the last questions for this episode. And this one is from Ogene Kome. This is from Lagos. She said, good morning, Bishop. I met you in Lagos and I want to thank you for the privilege of having to sit with me in Lagos. Sir, you spoke to me about handling my fears. I've made my reviews, but I'm kind of confused. Can you please tell me how I could deal with these fears? Because I have lofty dreams. I know I'm smart and intelligent, but I don't want to be overrated. I just want to be guided under the confines that you had spoke to me about. So how do I handle my fears, especially with translating my dreams into reality? And my brother says hello to you.
Time should be studied properly. Study time and don't let the ones that are lost regrettable. See the ones ahead as promising. So time. You should recognize the promises of time and stay there. And number two, always believe that things will work for you. Believe that. And three, never doubt the process of your life. So if you can put these three things together all the time, your dreams will surely come true. And my best thoughts to him. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. The last question says, good morning, Pastor. My name is Jennifer from Lagos. Social media has made many of us feel unsuccessful even when we are trying our best. Every day we see people traveling abroad, buying houses, getting married, and living soft lives, while some of us are barely surviving. So how can young people preserve their peace in a generation addicted to comparison?
Mentorship. One of the age that we need mentors is now. Mentorship. Every human being needs a mentor. I'm not saying the person who gives monies to you. Mentorship, thorough mentorship. Somebody you go to talk to before taking decisions. We need it now. We have never needed it, but we need it now. Because of the conflict, ideas and decisions and conversations, everybody comes with a storyline of their own. And you can notice that the lines are always trying to feed ungodliness. Everything we do now we are trying to feed ungodliness. We take advantage of everything in the media. Some will come up and cry over something that does not even concern them. I was looking at Children's Day yesterday. Everybody's carrying a child. Everything is just not right. So it's the 16th that we find ourselves. Everybody wants to do everything. Everybody is selling to everything. So we need to have mentors in our lives. Somebody who talks to you, Hebrews 12 from verse 8 to 11, who chastises you, who rebukes you. Show that Proverbs, was it 5, 3, 13? Am I right?
7.
Not 7. Look at that, 12. For whom the Lord loveth, he corrected. Even as a father, the son in whom he delighted. This is what we need. That correction. Mentorship. Every human needs a mentor. Today, we need it now, urgently. That's the game changer. The media will not be a problem if there are mentors in our lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, when God gifts a child to a family, He is not just gifting them a gift, He's actually releasing a destiny here on earth. In Isaiah 8:18 tells us that. Now, this is to invite you, especially for our children's convention beginning today, the 29th of May 2026. The details will be on your screen. Please invite your friends and family. Come with your children. Let's celebrate the gifts that God has planted in our families and in our communities. It is mental prosperity, and we are going to celebrate them. There's going to be lots of teaching beginning today at 4:30, the opening ceremony, and tomorrow at 10 a.m. we are having the workshop specially organized for the kids. And on Sunday, with doubles as our wine conference, is the grand finale of the children's convention. So please save the date, invite someone. If you have your children or your nieces, your nephews around the country or abroad, please share the links to them. We'll be streaming live on Honor TV on YouTube and Maxwell Golden Egbe on Facebook and Honor World International on Facebook. So please send the streams to them. We'll share the links across the church pages so that you can be part of the remarkable thing God will be doing in their lives. The details again are on your screen. So please save the date, send the flyer to your friend, to your family to be part of it. Now, don't forget, Sunday service is an amazing opportunity for us to dwell further as God's servant will be dealing with the metrics, even as it doubles, also teaching the children and parents how to guide their children in this generation. The time for that service on Sunday is 7:30 a.m. Now, be part of the stream this evening. It's the Higher Honor Thanksgiving Report. This is where we share testimonies here in the Honor World International, anchored by our delectable First Lady, Reverend Vivian Gold Egbe. It's streaming at 3 p.m. tonight, so please gear up and be part of it. Get to hear someone's testimony and energize yourself, build your faith, because you are next in line for a miracle. I'll leave the floor now for God's servant to give his concluding remarks and bless us for this awesome weekend.
The plane has a dashboard, and the dashboard controls the entire culture of the plane. We need dashboards in our life, and the dashboard is the Bible. Let's pay attention to the dashboard of scriptures and make sure it controls the entire fabric of our lives. How the plane takes off, how it floats in the air, and how it lands. But something very significant plays itself. When we are about to take off, somebody will announce. When we are about to land, somebody will announce. It's simple. As long as the word of God is the dashboard, there's a pastor to announce the takeoff and also the arrival. Make the choices of having the right word and the right teachings. There is no path. Your takeoff is not a problem, and your landing is never a problem. If your dashboard is scriptures and there's a prophetic essence projecting takeoff and landing in your life, I bring you good tidings with great joy. Angels have gone to the streets. I asked them to do one thing for you. May will end in the next few days. May you receive the miracles of May. And let it cause you to rise above circumstances and grant you access to things that no man can ever give to you. Your visibilities of glory will come to your life. You are blessed in Jesus' name. Have the best of Friday, the best of Saturday, and the best of Sunday. See you at the Children's Convention. It shall be an amazing time. See you on Saturday at the workshop, and see you on Sunday at the combined service. Stay blessed. Love you.
It's a prayer that May will not see your end, but it would see the end of your struggles in life, business, and ministry. Remember, life is beautiful, and you can handle it. See you on Monday when Gospel Manager returns. Have a blessed weekend. God bless you.
Introducing the Higher Honor Report, a powerful testimony live stream where citizens of honor share remarkable encounters, miracles, breakthroughs, and the wondrous acts of God in their lives. When you share the good news of what God has done, you become a showpiece of His glory, attract divine rewards, flourish in all areas, receive speedy answers to prayers, experience lasting miracles, and walk in increased anointing, prosperity, and favor. John 12, verse 9, John 15, verses 2 through 16, Psalms 1, verses 1 through 3, Acts 1, verse 8, Ecclesiastes 3, verse 14. Join us every last Friday of the month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., hosted by First Lady Reverend Vivian Gold Egbe. Streaming live on Dr. Maxwell Golden Egbe Facebook and Maxwell Golden Egbe YouTube. Your testimony could be the key to someone else's breakthrough. A generation with sound minds, wisdom, character, spirituality, and excellence is rising. The Children Convention 2026 is here. Theme: Mental Prosperity. Isaiah 11:1-3. Luke chapter 2 verses 40 through 51. Join us from Friday 29th to Sunday 31st May 2026 at Honor World International, Rehoboth City, opposite Step-Down Transformer along Asaba Ibusa Expressway, Asaba, Delta State. Ministering Dr. Maxwell Golden Egbe, Reverend Vivian Gold Egbe, Deaconess Ngozi Bama, Mrs. Abigail Ashimidua. Friday, May 29th, opening ceremony by 4:30 p.m. Dress code, suit. Saturday, May 30th, workshop by 10 a.m. Soul winning outreach by 12 noon. Dress code, jeans and polo. Workshop sessions. Honor Matters, Dr. Maxwell Golden Egbe. Love and Loyalty Matters, First Lady Vivian Gold Egbe. Service Matters, Reverend Vincent Idegba. Spirituality Matters, Pastor Kelvin Jewell. Talent and Media Matters, Pastor Silas Iwaner. Character Matters, Pastor Fumnanya Atisale. Education Matters, Ella Ogana. Special Ministrations, Mitchell Chinedu, Spoken Words. Minister Oluchi, Music. Minister Joy, Music. Minister Favor, Ballet Dance. Sunday, May 31st, Grand Finale. Dress code, Native Wear. Streaming live on Facebook, Dr. Maxwell Golden Egbe and Honor World International. YouTube, Honor TV. Don't miss this life-transforming encounter for children and teenagers.